Dear President Trump, personally, I'd rank Ethiopia at a 9 for its geography. It has many different regions ranging from deserts to rainforests. It is not a 10 because there is no main source of water. It has no coast and there is no Great Lake. The culture and ethnicity of Ethiopia also rank around a 9 due to the 80 different ethnic groups present in Ethiopia today, all with their own different language. One of them being the oldest language on the planet. Ge'ez is one of the most ancient languages in the world, and it's still used today by the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church has its own unique customs and traditions, which have been influenced by Judaism. Ethiopia was largely affected by Italy when it was colonized. Italy began a genocide that killed around 100,000 Ethiopians and also displaced numerous families to make way for incoming Italians. Although their presence was immense in the 1880s, only small pockets of Italians remain in Ethiopia today. I have a proposition for you. That proposition's name is Ethiopia. The country is home to multiple different cultures and regions, but its time is almost up. Ethiopia has two huge issues that could mean the downfall for this American ally. Ethiopia is currently combating deforestation and terrorism. I only ask of you to listen and to be open-minded towards my claims. The largest eco-friendly project is happening in Ethiopia. Although your ideals about global warming are very consistent,
not in my
white,
house.
I believe my argument may sway your perspective. Ethiopia is making a great green wall. Two of those words seem to be in your favor. Ethiopia is on the brink of becoming one huge desert. By strongly supporting the effort of expanding Ethiopia's forests, the U.S. will have a green light into other Ethiopian terrestrial affairs, such as this partnership regarding the new ocean being created as we speak. Ethiopia is home to a 35-mile-long rift along the Arabian, Nubian, and Somalian plate. With a new ocean arising, along with many profitable opportunities, Ethiopia will be home to thousands of ports. These ports are Ethiopian gold mines. By providing a helping hand in Ethiopian terrestrial affairs, the U.S. could possibly gain access to these ports and make a ton of money. But this is only possible if we help Ethiopia fight against desertification now. Please, Mr. President, make Ethiopia great again by providing sufficient funds towards a great green wall. The war on terrorism is the most important issue for you to focus on. Being that ISIS has set up camp in Somalia and has begun to make its way from the Middle East to Northern Africa, Ethiopia is most likely in their future path of terror. The only way for this war on terror to end is for us to stop it now before it gets bigger. The country of Ethiopia is at risk of being the hub for global terrorism, along with the rest of Northern Africa. The Islamic State has recently stepped up their terrorist attacks within the northern section of Africa, known as the Sahel. The Sahel, which stretches from Mali to Nigeria, has seen many unwanted visits from the radical group. If the trend continues, Chad, Sudan, and Ethiopia are on deck for some meddling from ISIS. The continued involvement of the U.S. military in Ethiopia will be most beneficial to not only the American people, but to the rest of the world that is living in fear of ISIS. It has, and always will be, the U.S.'s role to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. By lending a hand in foreign military affairs, Ethiopia will be in our debt. The United States can get multiple beneficial aspects out of a stronger foreign relation with this promising country. Ethiopia
is the
best trade deal
maybe ever signed anywhere, but certainly ever signed in this country.
The Ethiopian trade of coffee has been surging recently. Although Rwanda holds the majority of coffee exports toward the U.S., having Ethiopia as another option is beneficial because the cost at which it's being sold at. In the year 2015, Ethiopia's import volume grossed over $16 billion US. Ethiopian trade imports include food, animals, machinery, transport equipment, fuel, cereal, vehicles, and textiles. China is the largest import partner for Ethiopia. It accounts for over 60% of the total import volumes based on 2015 statistics. Saudi Arabia, India, Italy, and Japan also have significant share in Ethiopia imports. Owing to heavy import of petroleum products, Ethiopia does not enjoy a favorable balance of trade. With the liberalization of trade practices, the country looks ready to achieve higher levels of export. For the U.S. to continue to be considered an economic competitor with China, we must become involved in the trade relations all around the continent. Why not start with Ethiopia? Competing with China, gaining access to the ports, and making a buttload of money is only possible if the U.S. helps Ethiopia. It will create a greener country and a safer world. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I hope you will take my propositions into consideration.